So DJI is starting off the new year right. They've recently added an update for the Mavic Mini that now allows you to self-unlock in geofenced areas. We're going to talk about what's new and along with how you can fix the update if it hangs up on you like it did to me. Stick around. Guys, what's good? Welcome back. Happy New Year, everybody. And today we are talking about the Mavic Mini update that was just released on 12/31. Now, this update brings a couple of new bug fixes along with the feature of geofenced unlocking, which, oh my gosh, I know so many have waited for this. I myself have ran into this in a couple of instances. I'm lucky where I live. I don't have an airport that requires me to unlock. But when I do fly in certain airspaces, that does become a problem with this. And now that problem is gone. So let's go over how large this update is. So this version update comes in at 39 megabytes. The version number reads 01.00.0400. And that version also matches the controller as well. The Fly application should read version 1.04 for Android and for iOS. So what's new in this application? DJI has added the feature to unlock geozones, which will require the newest version of the Fly application. In the firmware for the aircraft, they've added the feature to disable takeoff when GPS signal is weak and the environment light is not sufficient. That feature can also be manually disabled. They've also added the requirement for compass calibration before takeoff when the environment light is not sufficient and the compass experiences interference. Adjusted flight altitude for distance and payload mode. They've also added a warning prompt for battery cycles, reduced noise during self-diagnostics after powering on, and then they fixed an issue that was affecting people in certain regions when linking. Now, a couple of things to note that this application update will reset some various main controller settings along with the return to home altitude and distance. I had to go back in and adjust my distance and return to home altitude after this update was complete. So be sure you check those because if you go on and take off, you may find yourself at a limited distance or altitude. So when this update was starting, it took roughly about 10 minutes for it to complete, just for 39 megabytes. And that was primarily due to the fact that it actually got hung up at 69%. I noticed that the aircraft powered off and I had to power it back on to get the process to complete. After powering the aircraft back on, I noticed that the controller was no longer binding with the drone automatically. So I had to actually download the DJI Assistant on my computer and run the DJI Assistant on the Mavic Mini to complete the update again. After that point, I didn't have any issues with binding. They both bound pretty easily. You could also do a factory reset on your drone if you were really concerned. That will help you rebind these seamlessly and that should fix that problem. But other than that, that's a very simplistic update. I think it's great to see that we finally get geofenced unlocking on this drone. It was something that I feel was a huge oversight from DJI on something this small. But now it's here. So if you do live near an airport that does require that, you should be able to do that. Try out the update. Let me know how it works for you. I know I'm going to be out there flying with this today. I still don't see any changes to video modes or the ability to shoot in 24 frames per second. I think I've actually given up on shooting in 24 frames with a drone. I'm just switched over to 1080p 60 because the 1080p footage looks just as crisp as the 2.7K footage, honestly. And yeah, 60 frames per second does look a lot smoother when you drop that into a 24p timeline. But anyways, that's going to do it for this update. I hope you guys all enjoy your new year. And let me know if you have any issues with getting this update to run on your Mavic Mini. Other than that, stay original. We'll see you in the next video.